So good afternoon, everyone. Most of us probably had science when we were back in grade school, and most Filipinos probably had science then. But currently in our country right now, where people think that vaccines do more harm than good, we can't help but ask, are we a society without science? Lifting the scientific literacy of the Filipinos is a long way to go, but we believe that it should start somewhere, and it starts here. So we are biotech in a box, and we want to address a basic problem right now in the education system of the Philippines. So the challenge right now is that we have shifted to a K to 12 scheme, and a lot of schools cannot adjust to this because the reality is not everyone have an access to a laboratory. So that is what we want to do. We want to bridge the gap in education system right now by providing cost-effective, hands-on, but yet socially impactful STEM kits. So roughly, to introduce to you our team, I'm Kenneth. Together with Shelly, Jess, and King, we developed these kits that basically addresses most of the things that are being faced right now in the country, some issues like antibacterial resistance, climate change, viruses and vaccines, and crime scene. But to make this more innovative, our kits want to immerse the students in a 3D visual scenario where they get to know how climate change really affects the livelihood of a fisher folk. And then after that, they get to do the lab experiment. So at the very least, they know what is the purpose of what I'm doing in this class. So that is our market. So we aim to reach senior high schools across the Philippines, but we aim to expand more to that. So for our plan, we aim to do capacity building workshops across the NCR, and this capacity building workshop is a win-win situation. We get to train teachers, and we get to market our product at STEP. So we have done this for quite a while, and we know that it is effective. So the potential market for this is roughly around this value, and not to mention other levels, and more than that, the LGOs and NGOs that we also want to reach. And not to mention that these are reorders. So for the budget, we plan to raise this amount of money for our initial activity. So this picture paints 1,000 words. So this is a product of scientific literacy in the Philippines. Before, we want to inspire young scientists in our company. But right now, at the very least, if we fail to do that, we want to educate better citizens of this country. So we want to build tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, any questions from our judges? Do you have the prototype already?
Yes, we do have. So we have introduced them to the teachers already.
Okay, so you already have gaining profits.
We already have requests, but the problem is the budgeting of a school is like annual. So if we do the marketing activity this year, we expect them next year.
So you're targeting schools instead of individuals?
Yes, we are targeting the entire school, so we get like a multiplier of the sections per school. So it's like one kit multiplied by the sections of the school. So yeah, and we also want to build a retention program per school.
Question, the number you put, like the 20,000 schools are the schools that are not equipped with laboratories, right? You can't sell to a school that already has like any kind of equipment. This is like basic kit for, right?
Yes, most of them. Some of them, they don't even have like a decent classroom. So these kits that we have are like portable. You can even do them just having a small table.
Compared to other kits that's supposedly out there or equipment out there, what is the cost savings that you find with regards to your kit
Versus the
compared to some of
competitors.
yeah.
We're kind of like the cheapest. So we're kind of like around 90% cheaper than the rest. Yes, because we developed the protocols to be cost effective. We develop protocols that can circumvent the expenses without losing scientific soundness.
And are you guys also working on a curriculum that can be applied to the kit itself? Is that what-
The kit has the module that is parallel to the curriculum that is required by the DepEd.
Oh, okay.
So it is like basically for the 1.5 hours, that for the lab activity, it is patterned to that.
Okay.
Thank you, BT Box.